A firm can use subjective claims as well. Firms can differentiate their services by giving subjective messages to their audiences. And here, service performance episode is a typical advertising strategy. And this strategy actually is to present actual service delivery being performed by the service personnel. The video here, the video mode is best for showing this. Visual formats are good ways to deliver this message. And I have my favorite message here, and I want to show you a little bit. Okay, it's from Singapore Airlines. Okay, and I have one more from Hainan Airlines. Maybe I can show you one more. I'm not sure if I shared this one before, but it's still one of my favorites. So these were the best messages to show your audience how different or how excellent you are or your services are. Let's move on. Okay. Another problem related with intangibility is non-searchability, and which refers to services cannot be inspected or searched before purchase. Firms can overcome this difficulty with either consumption documentation, let's not say either, both consumption documentation and reputation documentation. Consumption documentation here can be done by obtaining and presenting testimonials from customers who have experienced the service, while reputation documentation is done by documenting the awards received or qualifications of the service provider if the service is high in credence attributes. Customers value real-time experiences or evaluations. Yes, it is good to show them happy customers, happy guests, happy visitors here, enjoying the service place. But they know this is just advertising. I don't say that this is ineffective. It is actually very effective, and you will remember that ads have plenty of outcomes, positive outcomes, such as informing, and of course reasons and outcomes, informing, reminding, attracting, etc. They are effective, but if we give more credits on what other customers they say, what other customers say than what our ads say. Therefore, testimonials are paramount. Nasrettin Hoca'nın dediği gibi, bana damdan düşeni getirin. Or in English, as what our folk character Nasrettin Hoca said, take someone who fell down from the tree just like me, which would understand me and from whom I can learn something about my illness, for example. Shortly, firms need to find damdan düşen. Here, of course, satisfied customers. It starts with having interaction channels or platforms that customers can write and share their experiences. Some companies, especially with social media accounts, blogs, or microblogs like Twitter, for example, they interact with their customers, and this interaction is one side of the coin. And another side, on the other side, as you better know, there is TripAdvisor and similar online channels. They are doing this, for both sides, for customers, guests, and the companies. The credibility of the TripAdvisor is questioning these days, actually for years, but still we have millions of testimonials. You can read all the reviews with different categories, and you can check the points each service place, destination, hotels, restaurants, etc. Gets from the reviewers, and you can also reach the freshest news, freshest reviews, let's say, by these thanks to these or websites or apps. If the hotel has an agreement with the TripAdvisor, after you check out, you get a mail from the hotel that thanking you and also inviting you to rate and make comments, encouraging you make comments on TripAdvisor. If firms don't hesitate to use here another actually topic, reputation documentation. If firms don't hesitate to use their awards as reputation documentation, it will be, of course, for benefit in favor of the company, either given by consumer rates or by authorities, some authorities. Awards are a very credible ways to deliver quality and guarantee messages of the company. TUI here announces actually best hotels among its partners each year, and Turkey, you can see the list, it has a very long winner list every year, but firms should be sure that these awards or ratings are seen by their prospects at first glance. Here, like Sun Express did, and maybe you noticed while you're watching Hainal's movie or a commercial, you can see their ratings or awards or and memberships, etc. Okay, here another one. Mental impalpability is the fourth difficulty that intangibility creates, and it refers to the difficulty of understanding and interpreting the services. There are several ways to overcome the communications problems here posed by intangibility. Service process episode, case history episode, and service consumption episode. Let's start with the service process episode. Okay, sorry. In the service process episode, firms should provide a clear step-by-step documentation of what exactly will happen during the service experience. A destination guide here might emphasize the, for example, approximate distance from the airport, how to reach, where to eat, where to stay, to do, etc. Especially for unknown and new or complicated services, this type of documentation is essential. I mentioned these Corona days, hotels started to differentiate their services, especially from the hygiene and safety points of view. Hilton, for example, you see here, declared new standards and declared that the company would follow, let's say, new standards or a program, clean stay program. So hotels or service companies should inform their guests about these procedures, these standards or programs step by step. And there are also other ways to deal with mental impalpability. Case history episode. Here, case history episode presents. This strategy presents an actual case history of what the firm did for a specific client and how it solved the client's problem. And service consumption episode presents a story or depiction of a customer's experience with a service. Here actually real cases or stories always work, and there, sorry. Well, and Seth Godin, you might remember him. a marketing guru, said about marketing once years ago. Successful marketers are just the providers of stories that consumers choose to believe. So as marketers, we are telling stories. So therefore stories are very important for our prospects or repeat customers, and also for our employees.